In less than a decade, YouTube has changed the way we seek entertainment. It's not one of many places to watch videos on the internet. It's the place. It's even managed to change the very definition of what it means to be a celebrity. And that doesn't mean having only the fame part of being a celebrity, but being a celebrity that makes a living making YouTube videos. In 2011, YouTube made $1.1 billion. Not million, billion. Last year, they earned $1.7 billion, more than $500 million more than the previous year. They share that almost $2 billion with content creators, because without them, there wouldn't be a whole lot of use for YouTube. Money's not the only thing one can get out of it. There's also fame. Because of YouTube, it's possible to post a video that will be viewed over 1 billion times. That's 1/7 of the whole population of the Earth. And it's easy to get involved. Whereas before, any kind of semi-professional video, anything that would be seen beyond friends and family, required a camera, a cameraman, a boom operator, sound mixer, lights, stands, tripods, 2 or 3 other people to help out, and so many other things you don't realize you need until they're not there. Shooting a YouTube video requires just one thing: a camera. Even the one on your smartphone will do. Before YouTube, even if someone managed to make a video, they needed somewhere to showcase it. And even a small film festival usually costs money to get into. YouTube, on the other hand, is free. Even beyond that, content creators can take advantage of a myriad of development programs and analytic tools that YouTube makes available to partners to help increase their viewers and subscribers. You might even get the chance to network with other YouTube partners and collaborate on new projects. Even if you don't want to make your own videos, you don't necessarily need to miss out. You can still comment on and share other videos. And if you do have a camera, you can make a direct video response to something else. The creation of media is no longer one way. It's no longer only about consumption, but creation and active feedback as well. Every day, 3 billion videos are watched on YouTube. 48 hours of video are uploaded every minute. That's 8 years of video every day. Everyone can take part in, regardless of race, gender, age, or anything else. After all, isn't YouTube's slogan, "Broadcast yourself"? The old paradigm of media aimed and created by white males has been thrown out the window, right? To answer this, let's look at how all this ad money is distributed. Google AdSense ads give content publishers between 51 and 68% of ads, depending on the kind of ads the publisher allows. For an ad that brings in $100, that's between $51 and $68 for the publisher. That's a good chunk of change for not doing much beyond making a short video and uploading it. In 2010, YouTube generated a gross profit of $825 million. The content contributor with the highest ad revenue made an estimated $315,000 a year on said revenue. One can see this is like a mere pittance compared to the total YouTube brought in. The second highest was $288,000, then $181,000, and $151,000 after that, and $146,000, which rounds out the top 5. While individually these revenues are barely a chunk of YouTube's total gross, they're truly respectable annual incomes. That said, all of them are men, and all but one are white. Things haven't changed much in the 3 years since then. Of the top 30 most subscribed YouTube channels in March of 2013, 19 of them belong to white men in their 20s to early 30s. 1 is by a Latino, 4 are Asian men, and for women, well, you're looking at a maximum of 6, but some of the top channels are made for companies, not individuals. So 4 women actually. 1 Asian, 1 African American, and 2 white. It's not exactly culturally diverse. especially when you consider most of them are in America, and a number of them live in California, the place that brought you Hollywood. One explanation for why this might be is that while it's easy to upload a video to YouTube, it still requires what might otherwise be unnecessary items. There's a computer, a camera, and an internet connection. Not to mention all the free time required to shoot and possibly edit a video. So what does all of this mean? According to the theory of spiral of silence, people have a tendency to conceal their opinions, preferences, and views when apart from the minority. As Noel Newman, one of the creators of the theory, said, individuals tend to have a virtually innate fear of social isolation. To be alone, apart from, or at odds with the crowd is more than most individuals can endure. It's hard to be different. Sometimes not letting on to the fact that you're different means not making a fuss. While there are nearly unlimited sources of media, the fear of being different makes it so that most of them conform to some kind of standard. In this case, that's conforming to being like young white males. This, along with the network effect, also explains why videos go viral. Once something like a video, or even a site itself like YouTube, reaches a certain point of adoption or popularity, its values become more than just whatever it is. That's why silly internet videos have taken over water cooler conversations. It reaches such a point of popularity that it's part of a unified culture. It's something that nearly everyone knows. To not know about it is to be different. This same basic principle explains why YouTube is the place to watch videos on the internet. YouTube has such an audience, such a cultural cachet, that any site that attempts to compete with it is more likely to be fighting for a distant second place. Right now, YouTube is following the patterns that traditional media have been following for hundreds of years. It's being created by and largely for white men. So why doesn't someone speak up? It's complicated. The content creators themselves aren't necessarily being silent. There are plenty of people who aren't white males putting content up on YouTube. Plenty of those people have a respectable number of subscribers. The problem rests more with the consumers of this content. They are ultimately responsible for how content creators' share of the money gets distributed. This transfer of monetary funds may well be part of the problem. If this wasn't such a prevalent part of the YouTube phenomenon, maybe the situation would be different. As the situation stands now, there is an incentive for content creators not to do anything different or risky. YouTube has a few stipulations for what does and doesn't qualify for ad revenue. One of those stipulations is that the content be advertiser friendly, and there's nothing more advertiser friendly than amicable white people. That vague little phrase has the power to affect a lot. At the same time, it might just point something out about popular culture. Maybe people like staying in their comfort zone when it comes to entertainment. They are the deciders of what is and isn't popular. Making pop music has literally become a science, and clearly gaining YouTube fame is already on its way there. So the next time you watch a YouTube video, think about all this. Are you watching something that sticks with the norm of popular content? Something made by a white male who's probably college educated and already has everything going for him? Or are you watching something else, something new? Ultimately, you're responsible for what's popular on YouTube. So let's mix it up a little bit and encourage someone to truly broadcast themselves.